one with the Army troops in the background. Just a very nice World War II cover. This is a nice one. Captain Marvel Jr. Spanking Hitler with the belt. That's pretty cool. Tojo's next. Master Comics. This is interesting. Okay, you can kind of go along with me on this one. Okay, Captain Nazi. You guys heard of Captain Nazi? All right. So, if you were in Germany and you read this comic book, who would be the hero and who would be the villain? Captain Nazi would be the hero, not the villain, would he not? Captain Marvel would be the bad guy, and so would Bullet Man. Just kind of interesting perspective. Look at it from the other side as we look at some of these World War II issues. Mystic Comics with the Destroyer. Again, just a nice, another nice one with Hitler on there. A lot of World War II comics, you see a lot of bondage going on. This is a bondage cover. The girl is being, held down. So just a lot of cool stuff going on in this. And again, this is another timely issue. This is a nice one. I'll select number 1. This is a very famous cover. It's got, the invaders. They weren't known as the invaders until the 70s, but you've got Captain America and the Submarine Human Torch, invading Hitler's castle. But again, just a great cover. Here's a nice one, submariners sinking a Japanese ship, a carrier. All right, how many people read the Invaders comics? Okay, from the 70s. See, now this was my exposure. I came to comic books during the Bronze Age in the 1970s. Invaders, one of my favorite comic book series. And that's where I really got, hooked on the World War II stuff, was reading the Invaders comics. And this is interesting. It shows Hitler summoning Thor. True story. Hitler was a big believer in the cult. How many of you have seen the Indiana Jones movies? Come on, everybody here should see Indiana Jones, really? All right. So, anyway, the things that they depict in the movie about the Hitler sending the SS looking for mystical artifacts all over the world is absolutely true historically. He absolutely did. And a lot of the German symbols and things are based on Norse mythology. Thor, Odin, Valhalla, all of that was very big in the German culture. And so, Hitler gets his hands on, some mystical items, and he summons Thor from Asgard to fight on behalf of the Germans against, Captain America, the Submarine Human Torch, and we've got Captain Britain in there and Spitfire. So really cool, comic book story, but there's some true historical facts mixed in there. And I will tell you that the gentleman that wrote the Invaders series, Roy Thomas, is one of the guests here this weekend. In fact, I'm planning on seeing him right after this panel. One of my favorite writers, wrote The Invaders, and then another big World War II comic book series that I love that we'll be talking about in a few minutes. Or a few seconds. All-Star Squadron. I think you've read the All-Star Squadron comic books from the late 70s, early 80s. There you go. Roy Thomas also wrote the All-Star Squadron books. So if you're a big World War II history buff, make sure you go see Roy Thomas this weekend. Tell him I sent you. But yeah, just a great Uncle Sam cover here with all the different heroes and everything. We have the Liberty Bell, who's dressed as the flag, Star Spangled Kid. During World War II, there's a ton of characters out dressed as the flag. Okay, these books right here are actually Roy Thomas wrote these. Has anybody owned any of these books? Are you familiar with these books? Okay. If you want to read some of the stories that I kind of talked about today, Roy actually put together a Superman, a Batman, Wonder Woman hardback of some of the best original comic book stories based on these characters during World War II. I think these came out about 2 years ago. We have a complete set, of course, at the museum. But yeah, Roy, check those out. You can have to find them here at the show somewhere. Go get them autographed by Roy. But he's a huge World War II historian and big World War II history buff. But yeah, these are great books that, obviously these original comics are not affordable. But if you want to read some of the stories, this is a great resource. These hardbacks are retail $50 each.